Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this full cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it. And it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this full cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is Professor Know-It-All. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm going to give you guys the rundown on the the tokens that I'm actually holding throughout this cycle. I've accumulated a lot of these during the bear market 2022 and beginning part of 2023. The first one on my list here is Algorand. I think I have an average entry of around 17 cents. And this is the monthly time frame on the asset. I'm going to sit here and basically show you guys my projections for these assets and where I think they might go. This is just going to be a TA session here of the assets that I'm holding and helping me to also figure out exit strategies whilst also providing some nice educational content. If you guys like this content, you guys know what to do. Smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. And of course, make sure you guys join the Discord community and we'll talk about the alert service here in a bit. But basically, this is kind of how I do my things here. I look for trends, I look for patterns, and right now we can clearly see on Algorand, if we go to regular candles, and we take our parallel channel tool here, we can clearly see that this is our top, right? We're taking out some of these. We're just going to use the top of the range here, and we're going to go to the bottom of the range here. We can clearly see that this asset is in a range, right? And we're not too far off the range low. We can clearly see right now we have a wick down here and a candle body down here. So that was basically a monthly double bottom, right? Beautiful. Okay, great. So we can then see what kind of, this does kind of look sideways though, right? You guys see that? It's a little tilted. That's all right. It's pretty close. It's pretty close there. Anyways, so basically parallel channel tool to kind of get an idea of where you can see the respect on the channel so you know that it's valid. Take your trend line tool, kind of draw a line here where you can see that it broke the downtrend. And we can see here that this area right here was kind of like a wedge pattern. Beautiful. So when we got down here, we knew that this was a low risk area to take a position on. I started buying it around 17 cents. So like right around this region right here, because if you look closely, this was also a pretty big support level. Right here, looking left, you can see that candle there. And I was like, maybe this is a good place to start buying the asset. So that's where I started buying it and just holding the position. And for the swing trader, it's pretty clear cut. Falling wedge patterns usually break to the top of the wedge. We can use our Fibonacci tool here from the top of this range to the bottom of this range. And you can see now we've basically, we pierced above the 236 fib extension and then gone sideways here. And now we're about to retest it again. This to me looks like a 3-bar play on the monthly chart. So we're probably going to see this asset probably trade up to about 28 cents here on the rest of this little run that we're in right now. And the 50% retracement level is confluent with the median line of the channel. Okay, so we could do something like this, where we come up and maybe we make one more test, and then we rally into this range here. right? And we can go sideways from it. We can even pull back, you know. But essentially, what I think is going to happen is eventually what's going to happen is it's going to go to the top of the wedge pattern, which eventually the swing target would be probably around that $1.90 to $2 level. Now we can reassess once we get up here and where we're at in the cycle. But for right here, this is almost a 10x opportunity. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is educational purposes only, but we can strategize if you're a long-term swing trader, the top of the range. All right, the next asset I'm going to talk about here is Avalanche, but we're going to have a quick commercial break here. Okay, this is Avalanche. I've already started plotting this because it takes some time to look at, but you can see the top of the range here at 126 and the bottom of the range here around $9. We actually have an average entry on this asset around $10. Beautiful. We got pretty close to that bottom, and then we can clearly see that, again, kind of like a rectangle range here, right? Bottom of the range, top of the range. And what we're doing is pretty awesome. We're actually above the median channel. So what that means to me is it's more than likely we're going to get to the top of this channel. Now, are we going to break the top of the channel? Nobody really knows what happens when we get up here, but there's probably a very likelihood chance that we will because of what it did last cycle, right? This to me looks like a bullish rectangle at the top of this range. And if you measure from the bottom to the top and you kind of extrapolate that, it kind of looks something like this. And if we use Fibonacci from the bottom to the top of the range, and we reverse it, so because we're looking for top end targets, you can see that we've pretty much perfectly kissed upon the 786 fib extension. So our next real target here is this 886 around $70 region. And once we get above 70, it's the all-time high. And I think if we do project this out and we do make a new all-time high, we could be looking at around a $400 to $500 avalanche towards the end of the cycle. So that is almost a 10x trade. All right, the next major asset here that I'm trading, aside from Bitcoin, I have a position. I have a couple small caps in here that I'm probably not going to cover because they are small caps and they're a lot higher risk. But the next one I want to cover here is Kusama. I have a big bag of Kusama here. I'm going to redraw this chart here as well for everybody. We can clearly see this is the top that we made in the 2021 cycle. And this is our bottom that we made here, right? So again, kind of with the rectangle range here, and we can clearly see we have some levels of resistance to look at. This level here is a resistance. This level here that we're at right now is a resistance. But really, after we kind of break above this range, we have a little bit of resistance here where we spent maybe a few months going sideways here before breaking it. So not really a big level to break there, but it is a regarded resistance for now. So again, bottom of the range to the top with the Fibonacci levels. And you can see we're right at the golden mean ratio. If we get above this 618 fib extension, I don't see a lot of resistance for this to break. Okay. Our next real level or Fibonacci level is between the $120 to $137 region. If we end up breaking these Fibonacci levels here, you guys know it can happen. We can go and test the all-time high at $535. And if we were to kind of plot this, I'm using the trendline tool. I'm not saying it's going to do this exact move, but hey man, it might do something similar. We could be looking at a pretty crazy target of almost $3,000. Again, it may not do that. We could just measure from the bottom of this range to the top and get, that is a 2,800% measured move. We don't typically do the entire movement, but if we do something similar, and let's just say we do half the movement, well, that kind of lines up with the $3,000 Kusama. That's a crazy trade setup, guys. That is more than a 10x, okay? Anyway, so Algorand, Kusama, I think are majors. MATIC is another one here that I'm also in. I'm going to pull up one of these other charts here that has a little bit more data so you guys can clearly see it. And I have this plotted a little, I guess, weird there, so I'm going to redraw it for you guys. And the top of the range and the bottom of the range. So another bullish rectangle, kind of exactly what you did last cycle. Bullish rectangles, right, with your trend line. And your trend line going straight up here. If we were to do something similar, which we might do something similar, just for all sakes and purposes of this video, you know, top to bottom of the range and reverse this to the upside. Usually we do about half the move. So anywhere from $4 to $8, that's the 1272 to 618 fib extension. Yeah, which could be roughly almost a 10x if we get to that. It's 1618. So very nice looking chart here for MATIC. Another major layer one. Another layer one that I like here is Moonriver. You guys know I've been speaking about this one for a long time. We did get an entry on this around $7, so we are nicely in a profit on this trade. And we are in a small cap DEX coin that's related. That's called SolarBeam. We can talk about that one later. But you can clearly see on the monthly chart what's happening here. We have an engulfing candle and a back test. Now this asset pretty much went straight down. I'm almost expecting this to break out of here and probably go and test, you know, $150 at some point. May not happen right away. If we go to the weekly time frame, we can see we're sort of rounding out against this channel here. And this is a beautiful structure. And when this does break out with Kusama, it's going to run with Kusama. Remember what kind of target we just projected with Kusama. That would be an insane target. I don't know that it's going to get to $3,000, but man, that would be one hell of a target if it did. All right, so that's a few of the assets I'm trading this cycle. Sand is another one that, again, massive falling wedge pattern. We got the breakout and another wedge pattern setting up here. The top of the range is 850, guys. All right, that is almost a 20x setup there. Joecoin is another one that I have a bag of. This is another DEX on the Avalanche blockchain. When Avalanche runs, Joecoin's going to run. So rectangle bottom here, got above the median trend line and sort of back tested it, just making another falling wedge pattern. Looks like it's continuing to probably go to the top of this range, which is 74 cents. If you break 74 cents, we're looking at 120. Break 120, there's not really much here. It can go probably straight back up to almost $5. That's almost a 10x trade. Glimmer is another one that I have also a bag in. Another massive falling wedge pattern, huge breakout. Bottoming out down here off this retest. And again, the top of the wedge is $10, guys. That's a huge movement. If you guys like this video, you guys know what to do. Smash up the like button. These are just some of the assets that I'm holding long-term here in trading. If you guys liked it, you guys know what to do. Smash it up. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.